That woman doing a social experiment calling up churches to see if they would donate formula to a starving 2-month-old, are you okay? Because I'm concerned about someone that makes up a fake scenario in their head that they have a starving 2-month-old and they do audio playback of starving children right before they call said church to make it seem like they have a real starving baby so that hopefully that church will give you formula that you don't even need. Are you okay?
This is the second time this week I had to stitch one of your videos. And every time that happens, it's not a shitty take. It's a shitty person. You've made quite a few videos lately suggesting you just don't like people who need help. This guy goes by neurodivergent Nate. I'm not saying he's not, but there's a reason he calls himself that. You see, that's what shit people do as a get out of jail free card. They always have an excuse in their back pocket. So if they say something shitty, hey, I'm neurodivergent. Christians do it all the time. Well, as a Christian, I don't support your lifestyle. I used to have a Facebook friend who was totally MAGA, and she was wrong about everything. She spread lies and she spread hate. And every time she's called out, she'd always point to the fact that she's a gold star mom. She would use the demise of her son to get out of an argument or accountability. How could you say that to me? I'm a gold star mom. Ain't that right, Vicky? Now, I'm sympathetic to everyone's situations, but none of them give you an excuse to be a shit human. If you're a gold star mom, it doesn't give you the excuse to be a shit human. If you're neurodivergent, it's not an excuse to be a shit human. I don't care if you're Christian, in the military, had a rough childhood, if you have an addiction, or if you have an addiction, I don't care what your excuse is. There is no excuse to be a shit human. You do not get a free pass. And as for Nate in the video, that was a shitty take. So this girl is calling different churches, seeing who would help with a starving child. And yes, she did make up the story, and so many churches said no, and very few said yes. And Nate has a problem that she made up the story? That's your issue? So all the churches that refused to feed a starving child, not a problem. But a girl who wasn't honest about why she called, she's a problem? Listen, dickhead, every church should feed hungry people, especially children. Like, what the hell is the purpose of a church? The house of God doesn't want to feed hungry children? What are we giving them tax exemptions for if they're not feeding the children? Like, seriously, what is wrong with making up a story about a hungry child to see who's going to help it? What is wrong with that? Have you ever watched Dateline? To Catch a Predator? You think they really dangle a 12-year-old kid in front of the door? You think that's what they do? The method to catch bad people isn't the issue. The issue is the bad people. Now, you're concerned about a fake scenario, right? What about this?
Y'all hear me? Because of this government shutdown, they telling me I can't use my EBT in November. I got 7 kids with 7 men. 7! And that's the taxpayer's responsibility.
7 kids from 7 different baby daddies, and you think it's the taxpayer's responsibility to fund your irresponsible decision to continually have children that you cannot provide for.
That video was AI. You shared fake bullshit yourself, and you have a problem with someone telling a lie so they can out shitty people. Well, just like the girl who called all those churches, I also exposed someone shitty. You like to punch down, which makes you a shit human being. Being neurodivergent does not absolve you of being a shitbag.